Hey Virgo, welcome to your April of 2019 Sidereal Astrology forecast. In this video, we are going to talk about all of the major astrological events that you do have for this April. So as you can see here in the chart, we are using the actual size of the constellations, which is why they're different sizes here. So if you are new to the channel, definitely check out the link down below for more information on this, because this does change the signs by a lot from mainstream astrology. So when you hear me say something like Uranus is going into Aries, and you're expecting me to say Uranus is going into Taurus, well, in mainstream astrology, Uranus is going into Taurus, but if you look up at the actual sky, you will see Uranus going into Aries. So we are using the actual size of the constellations called true sidereal astrology. If you are new, definitely check out that link down below for more information. All right, so let's take a look at this month. The most important thing here is Uranus changing sign, and this is going into your 8th house. So really good time for the next 5 months to empower yourself, to maybe try unique and different things involving healing modalities, doing psychological work, facing fears, traumas, breaking cycles. It's going to be very, very freeing for you. Uranus is going to help you do this. And it's really finding your true self, or a greater connection rather, to your true self through exploring the deeper aspects of yourself and of your psyche. So any intentions you can set here to do healing, to do psychological work, to also just get vulnerable with yourself, with life, with your relationships. This can really help facilitate this very natural process of, again, reintegrating a greater sense of freedom and excitement in your life through connecting to your core and to all aspects of yourself, including the stuff that's in the unconscious or in the deeper aspects or whatever it is. Also, things involving shared resources, you may notice good too, like some more themes pertaining to that. So great to maybe try unique and different things involving shared resources, other people's money, or see also where if you're in any bondages in any way, to break those cycles or break those chains, to free yourself up from any types of bondages or anything like that as well. Uranus is also going to help you do. So this could be like debts or something for some of you that you're going to find that sense of financial freedom perhaps through freeing yourself from those bondages. So that's the type of stuff with Uranus there in the 5th. It's not all, in the 8th, it's not all going to be this month per se. In fact, you probably won't feel this that strongly until probably later in the month, but there is definitely that shift taking place for these upcoming few months here. All right, so let's take a look at some of these aspects. The most important thing that's kicking off the year, or excuse me, the month, is going to be this Pluto over the South Node. And so this has been placing a lot of emphasis here in terms of your home life or personal life or family life. And so coming into the month, there could be, and this has maybe been over the past year and a half. And so coming into this month, it could be a really good time of maybe breaking some patterns, maybe some past patterns involving home or health, and maybe even some fears, releasing some things there involving home or health. And this can be very spiritually liberating. It's really what this is about. This whole transit with all three of these planets here collectively over this kind of last year, this year, even a little bit next year. Well, January is when it really finalizes of next year. But this kind of time period where there's this this sort of fresh new start, this liberation, this freeing yourself from past energy is taking place for you here on the home and personal life front. Now, April 2nd, we do have Mercury going over Neptune, and so this is going to solidify a lot of maybe things you were focused on last month involving maybe your work or routine, or maybe your day-to-day health, physical health, like through your routine health and diet. So that's solidifying there with Mercury, and so finalizing some of that to really help really find that peace and tranquility when it comes to cultivating a very practical, what I think it is now finalization of a very practical perspective when it comes to your work or routine that you're sort of solidifying here coming into this month. All right, then April 5th, we do have a new moon, and this is going to be in your 7th house of relationships. So this could be all relationships, whether it's a business partnership or romantic or even just a contract or agreement or something like this. So great to set some new intentions involving your relating sector, even just relating, like how you're relating in life in general. And so, some new beginnings here. Great to set some intentions. Great to focus on the area this month. Now, April 10th, Venus then finishes that 6th house transit and passes over Neptune. So again, maybe some solidifications in this sense involving what you value regarding your work or routine. All right, so there's been a lot. This is now this finalization of connecting to the sector in such a way that you see the value of it, and maybe even relationships sort of solidifying when it comes to your work life or routine life in some way. And so that's nice, and just a bit of like easy energy, receptive energy with this conjunction there. Probably willingness to go with the flow, faith, trust, all this a little bit more when it comes to the work and routine sector. And there's quite a bit going on April 10th. Jupiter is going to go retrograde, and this is in your third house. So it's been a really good year for like expanding your horizons, involving like learning or maybe reading, or some of you may be inspired to do some writing. But whatever it's been on this practical front, some of you maybe even business or trade, some of you connecting with your peers or community. But whatever this kind of more open-mindedness has been revolving around your sort of gaining of information or sharing of information, this is all now going through a normal reconsideration process with Jupiter retrograde for about the next 4 months. So give yourself this time moving forward, April 10th onward, to kind of reevaluate some of the opportunities that you've had involving, again, maybe communication or learning or practical stuff there. Also around April 10th, the sun is going to be squaring up to Saturn, so just a good time to be patient just in general, involving whatever it is you're focused on. Maybe it's the relationship stuff, and maybe it's some of that home or health stuff. Just being patient with that around April 10th with the square to Saturn. April 19th is the full moon, so that's going to be a high point involving anything that you started earlier in the month, maybe involving relationships, be a good status check there, maybe a high point, maybe some harvest, some completion involving those things. But the full moon is going to be in your sign, and so this has to do with a lot of your independence. And I think if you can look back to the past 6 months, you might see how there's been a lot developed with your independence, or maybe with your goals, your needs, your self-assertion. And so now at the full moon, it's all coming to the high point, the culmination, and it really is about finding that balance between your independent life and your relationship life. Your needs, others' needs, this kind of a balance, and any intentions you can set around there just really helps facilitate this full moon of both of these areas coming to an awareness and a completion in a sense. All right, then April 22nd, the sun does go into your 8th house and passes over Uranus. And so this is probably when you start to feel a little bit more of the Uranus energy we were talking about earlier. So now a step in the right direction, something new, maybe exciting, different, outside your comfort zone when it comes to what's really deeply meaningful or healing or empowering. And so maybe making some changes there, maybe some new things shaping up. So we'll see what that is, but just again, it's all part of a 5-year process. So just good to maybe, slowly get into that, acclimate to this kind of willing to change, willing to break cycles, patterns, and the freedom that all that arises from that is really good with this sort of conjunction here. And just a whole new chapter probably in terms of what does give you freedom and a greater connection to your true self in many ways through whatever this deeper stuff might be. Or maybe it's not even just deeper. Maybe it's just about shared resources or something involving others in some way that we're working with. All right, so April 24th, Pluto is going to go retrograde, followed by Saturn April 30th, the end of the month here. So these planets for their yearly retrograde in your 4th house. So reconsideration, reevaluation involving maybe some of the home stuff, maybe some of the family stuff, like we mentioned, if there's anything on that front that, again, you've been working hard at or building towards, or maybe you've been breaking some patterns with for actually many years, like 11 plus years with Pluto here. But yeah, more recently, maybe the past year, whatever emphasis those are, it's good to kind of go back, reevaluate, rethink some of these things. I think you'll do that naturally. And you also do get a bit of a break from more of the heavier, serious energy of Saturn and Pluto there, which is kind of nice. All right, and then April 27th, right there also at the end of the month, Mars is going to be squaring up to Neptune. So collectively, if there is any uncertainty regarding some of the work stuff or routine stuff, good to surrender that, have some faith and trust if you can, live presently if you can, the best you can, and that's going to help bring in more peace with that area. It's nothing major, but just something I wanted to mention, and mainly because, this month I think it's going to be really good for being direct with like your belief systems, your perspectives. A lot of you might have a lot of motivation and drive to put into things like travel or adventure or expanding your horizons or discussing your philosophies or learning new philosophies and outlooks. And so that's really where the motivation factor is this month. There can be a lot of drive and energy there with that. as well. All right, and then one other thing I'll mention is, with all of this home, personal life stuff being emphasized, like I said, patterns being released, structures being changed, right? So non-attachment can be super helpful there when it comes to these things to allow for that releasing to take place. But what's going to really help balance out that personal life is really focusing this month and for the next year on your public life, your productive life, trying unique and new and different things when it comes to career, achievement, success, whatever it is, public stuff, and experiment with it, make mistakes with it. You'll find all of that you're learning and exploring about the area. It's probably exactly what your home and family life or health life needs with all this emphasis down here. All right, so Virgo, have a fantastic April. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click that like button if you did like this video and comment down below. But have an awesome month, and I will see you all next time for the next video. Take care.